Back from Portugal, as you can see, thick coat on. It's a bit colder here than it was there. Everyone says, hope you had a nice time. Well, it rained on Saturday, but warm rain was better than dry rain, and we had some good food. But then last night, I don't think I had the best of food because I've not had the best of stomachs today. And also Charlotte's friend, 35, 4 kids, brain tumour the same time as Jonathan, died as well. So it wasn't the best of holidays, but it was a change of scenery nonetheless. Morgan's got the drill on. He's just going to put that rail back on it now, and I'm just looking how dry this field is. He's supposed to be getting drilled with barley. Obviously it's wet in the gateway where we've been parking trailers, and next week we're going to be using it for the Alliance tyre demo day. But the flood has now gone, which is another good thing. Once you get off where it's compacted, where the wheels have been on all the trailers all summer, it's actually relatively dry. So I don't know whether to sort of drill most of it maybe to this ridge and just save a bit for the tyre demo, or just hope that in a couple of weeks it's still dry enough to drill. But for winter barley, it's very fickle, kind of needs to be in by now. But it's not bad. You can see where we spread some more shavings on it. Worms have been burying them, see. Shed update. Nothing has happened here for a while. The windows have arrived and the electrician has obviously put the cables in. We need to board the ceilings now with the fireproof, whatever it's called, plasterboard, and then fit the windows. Obviously there's going to be straw bales with render on, so we might have to sort of like temporary fix them, and then when we do that, put that on, then make a frame for it to go out into. But we just kind of want to get it weatherproof so that we can do indoory work. So we'll probably paint the walls and all that kind of jazz. Get the electrics on in here, move the brew room over, sort the plumbing. But that's something we can do in the winter when it's really bad weather. Not like it's been particularly good weather at the moment. This is obviously where the Weybridge office will be, to do away with that ports cabin that we'd had temporary for 14 years or whatever. Remember John washed the header the other day? Well, despite it cutting some beans today, it still stayed pretty clean, don't you think? Even the knife over there. You can see how dry it's been. There's just a little bit of soil gathered on the wheels. Now, a lot of people yesterday were asking what happened to the old header. Well, can you see that there? That beam. I basically caught this little bit at the end on a big concrete manhole, and it just twisted it backwards. So we were trying to pull it straight with some tractors. It didn't work, and it needed a new back section. So basically the big tube unbolted and a new one was put in. But as it happened, there was a deal to be done on the combine at the same time, and it meant that the dealership could fix it over winter when they weren't busy. So we actually traded it in bent, and the insurance bought the beam for the back to put in. So yeah, so it's all hunky-dory now, the old header. But I'll try and find a video of when it happened, because today's video I've been mostly travelling, so it's a bit boring. Just had a slight technical hitch with the combine. We finished cutting what I was cutting, and I was just blowing off the bit that was weedy with the sieves shut and the fan on, save coming back up with the flail mower. And there was a manhole, and I thought I'd just missed it. Anyway, I've caught it by an inch in depth and in width. Hit the end of the header while I was going pretty quick, and I basically just completely bent the header. So I'll just rock it over and show you what I've done. But it's a bit of a mess. So that should be straight, and then if we get down here,
just past halfway.
There, here, innit? Yeah. basically caught it like that inch there, and I've bent that tube back. It's obviously got a brace here. This is actually a hydraulic tank, and it's just buckled at this point here, that tube, which doesn't look an easy job to replace. If it was mid-season, we'd put a chain around that end of the digger and push it back to shape and carry on, but it's a winter job, I think. You can't really see on the camera. I think I'll have to lift it. Probably see it bend there. Yeah, so we just caught it there by that much. They don't make concrete like they used to, do they? If you look down the line there, you can see at the end it running off. Just lifted the reel up now, so you can see it's perfectly straight in this section here, and then it now bends off back this way. Not ideal. It don't worry about the flex that way, it's designed to do that, but if we look down the knife, you can see that end section there. It's basically straight till about here, and then that just goes whoop. I think if it was the middle of harvest and it was 15% moisture, I think we'd be sliding the tube into here, shoving it with the digger and the telehandler, trying to get it something like straight and carrying on, and then sorting it out on a wet day or into the winter. Anyway, we'll try and get the mustard out of the tank, see if the head will fit on the trailer, get it out. Slight issue here, so that is sat on the carrier there, just 2 inches forwards, and that one is 5 inches back. We've got it on the trailer, you can see the ripple there maybe. Big problem is though, that's sat in the carrier there, and the pin is miles off going in that hole, and same with this one, the pin won't go in the hole, so we're going to have to ratchet strap it onto its holder to get it back to the yard. With a hammer we've managed to get that pin in, so now we're going to ratchet strap this back bit down, just round that to the axle. There we go, it's going nowhere now. Yeah, so that was how it happened. Really unfortunate. We turned at the end though, gave it a bit of extra momentum as well, and it was lifted up so that the beam hit first. If the machine had been a bit lower, it'd probably been all right. They hit the knife and bounced up, but I was just skimming at the end round the corner and just dropped it ever so slightly just to nibble a bit of the weed so it wouldn't even flail mowing kind of thing. And with the combine dropping in a dip, it just went bonk and it hit the manhole. Anyway, Morgan's here now, filling up, ready for morning. There we go. All back together now. A bit stiff. Make it over tight in front of the bolts. So we just need to shh that up and it's right. Wasn't too much drama, was it? 400 hours on that fent now. I think the other's on about 340. Here's a quiz question for you. What is that? If you think you know, let me know in the comments. It's only 8:45 and it's gone pretty dark already. Proper pulling in now the nights. Do the clocks change next week or two as well? Make it lighter in the morning but darker at night. Quickly do today's birthday bumper. Freddie T is 5, Rupert and Alison Hill, happy 35th wedding anniversary. Cam Balderstone's 31, Tim Lander is 36, Jack Curtin is 16, Sam Knight's 8, Tom O'Reilly's on there, and Tom Borough, is 31, and we're now at £78,372 raised for the air ambulance. Happy birthday everyone on there and anyone else whose birthday is today. Gonna end the video now. Sorry it's a bit of a mash-up, but flying in airports and yeah, not been a long day. Should have been back a bit earlier as well. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you made it this far, you probably haven't, but if you have, thank you, and I'll see you tomorrow.